Welcome all to this GEL webinar series program hosted between WeFund Your Future and our financial partners AUXILO. So I'm Shivani. I'm the operation manager at WeFund Your Future, and we have the guest today, Mr. Sai Kumar. He is the relationship manager and he is an educational loan expert at AUXILO, who's gonna be conducting the session. He will be taking us through the presentation and he will let you know about the advantages of taking an education loan through AUXILO. So before I hand over the session to Mr. Sai, I would like to let you know about our company. So our process starts through QR-based scanner. After that, you will receive mail and there will be the link which will take you to new portal where you need to upload your documents. After receiving your documents, our team will share your profile to respective bank partners. So this is the process how we do. On the go-to meeting, you have a chat box which can be used to input any queries that you might have during the session. So I now hand over the session to Mr. Sai, who will take it forward from here.
Thank you, Shivani, for introducing me to this webinar. And hello, everyone. This is Sai Kumar. I'm working as a relationship manager in AUXILO. So I have a overall of 4 years of work experience in education loan industry. So let me tell you about AUXILO first. So AUXILO is one of the leading education loan providing company and also NBFC. NBFC stands for non-banking financial company, which is registered with RBI. AUXILO aims to provide education loan services to the students who wants to get their graduation or post-graduation courses in India and abroad. And it is founded in the year of 2017, and it's been almost 6 years. We have covered almost 25 countries and 10,000 plus students. We have given service, and we have given loans to almost 1,000 plus courses till now. And this AUXILO is led by Mr. Neeraj Saxena, who is MD and CEO. He has overall of nearly 2 decades of work experience in educational sector. And AUXILO is also recognized as one of the best education loan provided company in 2022 by national awards for leadership and excellence, and also the most promising brand in the same year by the Economic Times, and also most preferred education loan provider by Higher Education Digest. AUXILO is all about providing education loan finance with a 100% cost of education to the students and with easy repayment options. Shivana, can you please go to the next slide?
Yeah.
Before going to explain about the products which we have in AUXILO, I hope all the students have a knowledge about the loans. I want to explain you loans is nothing but just borrowing money from the bank and repaying back with the interest. That's how it works. I hope you have taken any loans. If you have taken any loans in before, then you will have to get clarity about education loans. So what you have to know about education loan is what could be the procedure for taking the loan, and what is the eligibility criteria, and also what is the interest rate for repaying back the money, and also the repayment procedures, and also about the process. So when it comes to AUXILO, it is one of the best service providers in the present education loan NBFCs. And also you can see the benefits. I will try to explain each one of them. So when it comes to 100% financing, it is very important for a student to get the total cost of education while pursuing education for abroad, because as you know, for visa process or else for admission process, you have to show the complete source of funding. It is very important to get the loan on total amount, or else if you have any source of funds, then it is fine. So we are providing 100% financing where student will get the tuition fees, living expenses, and travel expenses, and if there are any stationary expenses altogether. And coming to the pre-admission loan, pre-admission loan in the sense, like as I mentioned, if there is any university, if you are applying for admission, then admission might ask you for the source of funds. So if the student is not having any kind of source of funds, we are providing this pre-admission loan where student will be getting this loan letter, and they can show this fund proof for admission purpose. And coming to the pre-visa disbursement, pre-visa disbursement can be done for some countries like UK and Australia, because as I said, for each and every country, the visa procedure is somewhat different. So some countries might ask you for the amount as a fund proof for the education loans, where that's the reason we are doing this pre-visa disbursement, where student can use this for showing their funds upfront before visa. And coming to score-based benefits. So as you know, like students when applying for the education for abroad, it's very important to have the complete scores to get a good admission. At the same time, to get an education loan, it also important to have as good scores because the product which we develop is completely based on the scores which you have. The scores can be like the like IELTS, the scores which we are writing for admission, like IELTS, GRE, TOEFL. These scores are mandatory, and based on these scores, you will be having the loan amount eligibility criteria also. And coming to the merit-based loans, so merit-based loans is nothing but like if you have the graduation, the percentages which you have academics, it is all the academics are excellent. Then that also adds you a point for getting a very good amount of loan in this education. And coming to the attractive interest rates. So as of now, the least rate which we are offering in this educational industry is 10.5, and the maximum will be around 13.5. So it is as base as compared to the NBFCs. So as I said, you have to know about the rate of interest first, because it is what you will be paying the repaying back amount, extra amount to the company. And coming to the first loan sanction, I will tell you this is the most important basic point. To get the loan sanction the loan sanction should be fast in this educational industry, because once you go with the admission process, and you'll be having less time for the filing your visa and showing your funds. So the tat which is there between the admission process and visa process will be very less. So it is very important to get your loan sanction immediately after submitting your profile. So we can help you with that. So whenever you're submitting your profile, we will maximally we can sanction the loan within 3 to 4 working days if the profile is good. If there are any like any issues in the civil or any deviation is required, it not range between 7 to 10 working days. So that is what. And coming to the high on services, till now, I mean, what are the students we have disbursed? The 90 to 99% of students are okay with the service which we are providing, and they are referring our students as well. You can see the some of the students what students are saying about AUXILO. So this is all about AUXILO, and let's get if there are any questions regarding this process, or do you have any queries regarding your like eligibility criteria. I'm here to explain you all. So students can ask any questions regarding this education loan.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sai, for taking such a wonderful session as a wonderful webinar. So we are live now for a Q&A session where students can feel free to ask questions, and Mr. Sai will be more than happy to give answers. Now, besides that, we are also having this webinar series for our other financial partners, which will be going on every week. The students can feel free to register themselves for the other webinars as well.
I think almost the students have joined. So if you have any queries, you can just unmute and ask questions. These sessions are very important to you all because it's very important as you're in the stage of applying your admission. It's very important to know about your educational eligibility, and if you have any queries, if you don't know about education law, then I'm here to answer your questions.
Hi, Achut.
Hello,
Please
ma'am.
feel free to
Audible,
post
ma'am?
your.
Ma'am, I got admission letter from France and BSBA, ma'am. I didn't have that much time. I have only 1 week left, ma'am. But we are planning to take the loan, ma'am. I don't know how to contact with one of them. Yeah, sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. There is a network issue here. That's why my voice is not clear. I can mention you in the comment, ma'am.
It's okay, Achut. We will get back to you on one-on-one call. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I can wait for your call. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think students are not asking questions. I think they're not very particular about this taking the eligibility criteria. But no worries. I will explain you clearly again about the eligibility criteria. I mean, it's very important to know about eligibility criteria for taking education loan because most of the students are
Sure.
not aware. Yes, who is speaking? Pushpalata. Pushpalata, can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, I think she is having a network issue. Hey guys, feel free to ask any kind of question. It could be a very normal question or a kind of thing. You can ask any kind of questions around the process, around the rate of interest, or what kind of the eligibility criteria, right? For example, your co-applicant is an agriculture or a co-applicant is a business person, right? Any kind of questions you can feel free to ask. I mean, this is a good forum to get any clarifications in terms of your queries.
Hello, sir. Hello. I'm audible, sir. I can ask you a question. Please, sir.
Yes, sir. Achut, you're audible. Please.
Sir, but my father and mother are agriculture, sir. We didn't have any property. We have agriculture land, sir. We get the loan on the agriculture land also.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Achut. I mean, see, I think I need to explain to all the students. Let me explain the eligibility criteria first. So, what
Yeah.
educational loan finance industry will be looking for, right? So, the first basic eligibility, what we look for is student, because the student, what we look is the academics. The first thing what we check is academics. The percentages. It should be around 60% and above. And coming to the scores, like the scores which we are writing for IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, these scores are also mandatory.
Okay.
And it's all about student profile. The second eligibility what we check is the financial co-applicant. The financial co-applicant can be parents or siblings
Okay.
or relatives or immediate siblings.
Okay.
Financial co-applicant is mandatory in taking education loan. So, I mean, the financial co-applicant can be self-employed or salaried employed or else a farmer. Okay.
Okay.
So, and coming to the third criteria, what we look for is the owner's proof. Okay. As
Okay.
let me tell you two things. So, mostly the education loans might be categorized into two things: secured loans and unsecured loans. Okay. You'll be hearing a lot about this unsecured loans and secured loans. I will tell you
Yes, sir.
difference. Yeah, I will tell you difference of this. So unsecured loan is a loan where you will be not providing any collateral property. The loan will be given based on your profile and financial co-applicant. Okay, and secured loans will be is a loan where you will be giving your collateral property like property papers for taking the education loan. Okay, so here what is the difference, right? In unsecured loans you can decrease the time, but the secured loan it will take time. So that's the difference between both the lines. Here, unsecured loan, you will not giving any property, but the time period will be very less. When coming to secured loan, I mean, as you're providing property, it goes for legal and technical valuation thing. So it takes more time. So what we prefer more is providing unsecured loans. So as I mentioned, we require these three major eligibility criteria: the student profile, the financial co-applicant, and the owner's proof. Based on these three conditions, we can provide education loan. Okay, and as I mentioned, the financial co-applicant can be salaried employee or self-employed or farmer. So we need a proof for showing your source of income. So when compared to salaried employees will be showing payslips and salary certificate along with the bank statement. Okay. When come to the self-employed can be like any kind of business he's doing. Like he's a tailor, he's doing some kind of shop, he's running some kind of shop, he's doing into real estate. Then to show the IT returns as a source of income proof. Okay, along with the bank statement. And coming to the farmers, we need a source of income. Like this called agriculture income certificate, where you will be taking this from your mandal offices. Okay, so this is very important for farmers as income proof. Okay, so this is what the
Yes.
eligibility lies on. So and when coming to the maximum, I mean, what income we need for the financial co-applicant is it should be at least 25,000 plus or 20,000 plus per month. Okay. So this is what eligibility criteria is. And coming to the process. So in AUXILO, like there's a minimum documentation where we require. When come to the student profile, we'll be taking 10th inter graduation mark memos and student KYC documents, and along with the work experience proofs. And coming to the financial co-applicant, we need their other PAN KYCs and income proof, what I have mentioned just now, according to their designation. And we need a bank statement and owner's proof. That's mandatory. Okay, this is documentation. So once after submitting your documentation, it takes at least 2 to 3 working days to evaluate your profile and give a decision the next working day. So mostly 2 to 3 working days will give you a decision of your profile whether you will get a loan or not in the AUXILO. I mean, before starting the process, we will check the profile to try. I mean, if there is any chances for getting a loan or not. There are chances to get a loan, then we'll log in the profile, and within 2 to 3 working days, we'll let you know whether the loan is going to sanction or not. The loan is going to sanction, then there are charges for this. I mean, the processing fees will be there. I mean, the education loan where you are taking in the bank or private company or NBFCs, all the banks will be charging the processing fees. So it will be around on an average 1% plus GST. Okay. So once after loan approval, you will be paying this amount to the bank. So after paying this amount, we'll give a loan sanction letter. Okay. The loan sanction letter can be used as source of funds for showing at visa or at the admission process. Okay. So this is all. So once after confirmation of visa, I mean for some countries, So basically, AUXILO will be doing education loan for top all the countries like USA, Canada, UK, Ireland, Netherlands, Germany, France. Okay. So if there is a some countries might require visa to disburse the loan. Some countries might not require visa for disbursing the loans. As I mentioned, we have pre-visa disbursements where we don't require visa confirmation. Okay, this is all about the process. So if any students have about the process or any kind of queries regarding the loan, please unmute yourself and you can ask the question.
Narmada, I hope you got your answer to your question. Is there any questions from the students? Please feel free to ask. Else post it in the chat box. Yeah, Sai, I have one question. I will read them out for you. Hello.
Yeah, I can see the Sai Navin have texted in Q&A.
Yeah.
So Sai Navin, yes. So coming to the eligibility, so I think I hope you have got the admission in Switzerland, right? So it's very important to check the university as well because there are some countries where the eligibility might be depend on the university list as well. So if you have got any admission, it's very important to check the university. So university is in ranking and we'll be doing the education loan for that. Okay, and yeah, the CGPA which you have mentioned is very good. That's fine. And it's very important. As I said, the second eligibility criteria, financial coefficient is also important. So no worries, students. I think if you are facing don't want to ask any questions, that's fine. You can I think you can upload your profiles in We Fund Your Future, and they will be transferring your profiles to us. We can evaluate your profiles and we'll give a decision on time.
So we just take last couple of questions, and for any further questions, the students can always feel free to reach on the numbers that are on your screen. So these are the numbers of the loan counselors at We Fund Your Future, and We Fund Your Future team will surely guide and assist you the loan options or the queries. So we will wait for just a couple of questions before we end off the session.
Yeah, someone texted, can I know what's the interest rate and how to pay loan amount, EMI process? So coming to the rate of interest, as I mentioned, the least will be from 10.5 and the maximum will be till 13.5. So this is the range, but depending on the countries and depending on the profiles, these interests might range. Okay. So for USA, for suppose example, for USA, we are charging around the range will be around 12 to 12.75 for unsecured loans. Okay. If it is secured, then the rate of interest might change. And coming to the loan repayment, uh, I think there's loan repayment. Yes, I will explain it clearly. So repayment will be different from banks, government banks, private banks, and NBFCs. So if you go with the government banks, the repayment will, I mean, there will be a moratorium period where a moratorium will be like the course period is 2 years. You will getting 1 year grace period. So altogether 3 years will be the moratorium period. So in this period, what we do is we'll be taking a partial interest. So it will be around 5,000 rupees every month. So this amount will be paid by the financial co-applicant and it will be carried forward till 3 years. After 3 years, the EMI will start for the loan. So the total tenure will be around 10 to 15 years max. So in these 10 to 15 years, the first 3 years will be the partial interest. The partial interest in the sense you're not paying the complete interest. Is the fixed amount of interest which you will be paying, that is 5,000. Or for some profiles like farmers, they're not capable of paying 5,000, then we'll try to get it for 2,000 PSI again. Okay, so that will be paid every month once after loan disbursement till 3 years. After 3 years, EMI will start for the loan, and the EMI amount will be depend on the amount which you are using from the complete loan sanction amount. Okay, so regularly, I mean the loan sanction, the loan which you apply will be to complete 2 years of cost of education. So, but suppose you are applying for 40 lakhs of education loan, but mostly students might be using till 1 year fees or 1.5 years. The remaining amount may not be used. Only for showing funds, it might be used. So if the student is using only 1 year fees, like around 20 lakhs, the interest will be charged on 20 lakhs only, not on the complete 40 lakhs. Okay. If there are any other questions, please ping in chat box.
Yeah, I think we got one more query. So, Shivani, can you scroll down the chat box? So, it is about less time for the unsecured loan, and they're asking how would be the tenure for both the secured and unsecured loans.
No, actually, I have mentioned less time for process. Actually, it is not for the repayment. What I'm saying is, say, suppose if you're applying for admission, if you have own funds, you can show as a proof of funds at the admission process. But once after coming to admission process for the visa, you have to show the proof of funds. So there, this education loan might be useful. But the time process which is there after getting your admission and applying for a visa slot, and you have to show your funds for visa, right? The tag will be not more than, I mean, if you're applying at early stage, then the time will be around 1 month or 2 months. But if you are getting admission at the peak stage, then it would be difficult to get the loan sanction. Okay, so that's the time which I have mentioned. So here AUXILO will help you with the process, right? With the 7 working days tag. So where if you are applying before 1 month as a peak time, then you will be getting loans addition within 7 to 10 working days, and you will be free for the visa process. So that's how it works. And coming to the loan tenure, as I mentioned, it will be around 10 to 15 years, whether it is secured or unsecured loans, both. 10 to 15 years might be different based on the loan amounts and university rankings also. So mostly, on an average, all the students will be getting around 10 years tenure, where in that 10 years, the first 3 years will be the moratorium period, the interest payment period, and the remaining 7 years will be EMI period. I hope, Obin, you got the clarity on this. If you have any, is there any other questions, you can please text me in chat box. Yes, Mubin, AUXILO will be charging processing fees. It will be around 1% on the loan amount and GST on processing fees. So you'll be paying this amount only after loan approval. And Sai, the interest rate, as I mentioned, it will in the range for complete depending on the countries also. So if you are applying for, as the interest rate will be depending on the profile to profile, will be let you know about the exact interest rate after getting your profile. But at on an average, the rate of interest, the least which we are offering in the AUXILO is 10.5, and the maximum which we are offering is 13.5. It will in this range. And repayment, as I mentioned just now, it will be around 10 to 15 years of tenure, and the first 3 years will be repay. The first 3 years of repayment will be partial interest, where your financial co-applicant will be paying 5,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees every month till 3 years. After 3 years, EMI will start for the loan. That will be till 7 years. Okay, and EMI means the principal amount and interest combined, and it will be divided into months. Okay. Is there any questions? Please ping in chat box. Yes, Mubin, I think there is a list where all the other banks and private finances are offering. But when compared to the AUXILO, we don't have any list like that. But mostly we look for the ranking universities. The least ranking universities might we'll be doing the least ranking universities, but might go for secured loans. For unsecured loans, to get unsecured loans, it is important to get a admission in the ranking university. Our students are online or just they are just listening. If there are any questions, you can please feel free to ask at this time, because it's very important session where WeFund have organized with us to you all. So take this time as most exceptional, and if there are any questions or any queries, you can just ping in a chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and ask.
Yes, I have a question from Joseph.
Yeah, okay. Yes, Joseph, I think, see, I will explain about the UG program first. When compared to the UG program, the cost of education might range from almost not less than 80 lakhs. So it will be more than 80 to 1 crore and more than that. So as I mentioned, the unsecured loan, there is a limit where we provide unsecured loan. So it will be not more than 65 lakhs. Okay. So as the undergraduate programs are like the cost of education is more, we require collateral to process these loans. And also, not only that, when compared to the repayment, it might be different because the repayment will be different for UG programs. So what we will be taking is we'll be taking simple interest in the moratorium, or else we might ask for immediate EMI. So this is the product where UG program is. I'm sorry. I think you have asked for the chances, right? So, as I mentioned, so when compared to the secured loans, and if the student is able to provide a collateral property uh, to the worth of the total cost of education or the amount which he is applying, and also the financial applicant should be strong because as we are taking simple interest or immediate EMI, the financial applicant should be eligible to pay that EMI, the simple interest or immediate EMI. So it depends on the property secured loans and also the financial applicant. Yes, as Mobin, you are asking, yes, CIBIL is very important while taking any not just education loan, but any kind of loan you're applying. The CIBIL will be matter for the loan sanction. So it is also matters for the education loan as well, because the people will, I mean, the student or financial co-applicant who else are adding in the loan, all the persons CIBIL will be checked thoroughly, and if there are any very small issues uh, like small pocket loans or like anything, we can take deviation on that. But if there are any major issues in the loan, like say there are any settlements or return offs of credit card or any other major issues in a personal loan or I mean delay payments in personal loan or home loans, that might impact for the loan sanction.
Thank you for your answer, Sai. And I'm sure that students would have got to know a lot from this session. And of course, they have got the answers to their questions also. So we really thank everyone being part of this session today. If you have any further questions, so please reach out to these numbers.
Thank you, Shivani, and thank you all the students who have attended this event, and thank you so much, WeFund, for organizing this webinar. And I request all the students to get registered as soon as possible, as you'll be having more time, and there we have the product called pre-admission loans where you can get the loan. I mean, for especially for USA students, if there are any USA students, you can apply without getting admit. Okay. Thank you, Shivani. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Sai. Thank you all. Sai, we have a question from
Okay. So yes, as I mentioned right now, the CIBIL score is not important because there might be for some profiles the CIBIL score might decrease without any issue. But some profiles the CIBIL might decrease because of any major issues. So it's very important. We will not checking any scores, but it depends on the overall loan track. Because once after getting your CIBIL report, we'll go through all the loan tracks, how the repayment has done. If there are any major issues, as just now what I mentioned, if there are any major issues like settlements or so many DPDs, like delay payments in loans, that factors might give less chances for loan sanction. If there are any very like small issues, like if there are any agriculture loans which you have taken, or any pocket loans which you have taken but you are repaid back as soon as possible, then that won't be a major problem. I think we have to pay, Nagba, we have to pay the pocket loan as soon as possible, because I think most of the engineering students have taken these pocket loans at that time but not repaying back. But this will be reflected in your CIBIL and will result in the score less. Okay, so it's very important to close as soon as possible all those loans which you have taken during the graduation, the pocket loans, and also the slice which will be using the credit cards. You have to pay on time, because this student loan, student education loan mostly depends on the student CIBIL as well. So it's very important to maintain your CIBIL, that it should be very good. So it's try to close it as soon as possible.